y'all, welcome back to another video. I planned on doing an everyday no makeup look, and it didn't necessarily turn out that way, and that's kind of how it happens with me every day anyway. I plan on doing like a light look, and then I end up with like liner, wing liner, and lashes, and a bold lip, and it just, I don't know. This whole look is actually kind of summery, which I wasn't planning on making it summery, but I don't know. Like I said in my last video, sometimes you don't follow the makeup guidelines or the makeup rules, which is fine. So I did a get ready with me on this look, and this is what it looks like. It is just a neutral look, and then I just did a pop of color on the inner corner, and I did a nice neutral blush and a peachy pink lip color, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and you guys will see which one I use in the get ready with me, but I'm not a fan of this formula. This is my second time wearing it, and it is not a good formula. So I'm probably, is my bangs messed up? Gotta fluff it out again. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna throw away this lip because it sucks. The formula sucks. It's already cracking, and it looks really, it's really sticky. Like, can you see that? Like, I do not like that formula at all. I don't like my liquid lipsticks to stick like that. So I'm probably throwing this away. So if you have any of these, please throw them away because they suck. Or if you're thinking about getting any, don't get it. I forgot to mention, but you already read in the title, everything's drugstore or inexpensive. Everything I use you cannot get, you may not necessarily be able to get in the drugstore, but it is inexpensive and it's drugstore prices. Don't forget to hit subscribe down there if you haven't, and check out some of my other videos, and also leave me comments on videos that you want to see, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye y'all. So I don't have a drugstore primer, so I'm using the Givenchy Mister Mat primer, and it's okay. I don't like it as much as my Becca primer, but you know, it works. It does what it needs to do. It does smooth out my pores and stuff like that, but it doesn't keep me as matte. So for my eye primer, I'm going to use the Milani one. Everything that I'm going to be using, I'm going to list down below, so I'm not going to give specifics, but I am just going to tell you the brand and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to know the specific names, it'll be down below. So for my brows, I'm going to be using the NYX Brow Gel. I'm getting used to this, and it's not as easy to me to use as maybe like a brow pencil or even the ABH pomade. So I have a little trouble working with this, and I skipped through a lot of my brows because I had a lot of issues with it, and you just don't need to see me struggle like that. So to clean them up, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I just use it on an angled brush, and I just go and clean up the tail, and I also clean up underneath. I'm also growing out my brows, so that makes it harder to fill in as well. For my crease on my eyes, I'm going to be using Mittens. I'll go ahead and tell you that now. That's by Colourpop. It is my favorite crease shadow, all over shadow, just whatever. It is beautiful. I love that shadow so much. I'm also going to be using the Cute AF palette from Colourpop, and I'm just using a medium brown shade to go underneath my brow bone. So this is a Jordana like cream shadow, and I made sure that it was still available when I looked, or when I decided to do this look, but I really like this shadow. It's also really good at wearing alone, but I am going to top it with another shadow. And I'm going back in with the Mittens just to get rid of any harsh edges, and then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible shadow and just topping over that Jordana cream shadow. I wanted a little bit more metallic look. And I'm going into the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. If you do not have any of the Wet n Wild palettes, you definitely need to try them because they are amazing. I'm using that lime green shade and going into my inner corners just to have a pop of color. I decided this on the whim. This wasn't my original plan, but you know, hey, you just roll with it. So for my foundation, this is one of my favorite like everyday type foundations. This is by Black Radiance, and I'll tell you the exact name down below. I'm just moving it, or I'm just blending it in with my Real Technique sponge. And this is like a $5 foundation, so it's actually really good for every day. I do not suggest it for extremely oily skin or to be long wearing, because that is not the kind of foundation this is, but it's good if you're just going to be out for a little while and going back home. I'm going to be using the NYX Dark Circle Corrector underneath my eyes. It's also a concealer, and I just wanted something to brighten up my under eyes, so I'm just putting that underneath and using my Real Technique sponge again. So for the rest of my face that I'm concealing, I'm going back in with that LA Girl concealer and just doing any kind of spot treatment on my face. So for wing liner, I'm using the Rimmel Scandaleyes liner, and I'm only going to show me doing one wing, because if you've seen one wing, you've seen them all. And I kind of messed it up here on this look, but it happens. I have two different eye shapes, so sometimes my wings are lopsided, and that was the case this time. So yeah, for my waterline, I'm using the Rimmel eyeliner pencil as well. I really like this one. And to set my whole face, I'm using Ben Nye's Chestnut powder. Banana powder isn't the only color that it comes in, please be aware. I use Chestnut just to set my entire face. So since I'm not going to be wearing lashes, I like to use a lash primer. Wet n Wild probably has the best one I've ever tried. This is the one I'm using, by the way. So just a lash primer, and I'll let it dry. And while I'm letting it dry, I'm just going to go in and get a little bit more pop of color on my inner tear duct. And as you can see, it just brightens it up so much more. And I'm going to go back in with the L'Oreal Voluminous, I think. Lash Paradise is what it is. That mascara, and just, you know, you've seen mascara be applied before. And I just do 2 coats. That is a Milani bronzer, and it was broken. I forgot about that. I use that on like more natural days, but I actually wanted to use it as a base, and then I'm going to go back in with the better highlighter, or the more blinding highlighter, which is the Maybelline highlighter. Can't remember the name of it, but it will be listed down below. And on camera, it doesn't look like my highlighter is bright, but it is in person, so I'm not sure why that is. And for blush, I'm pretty sure that's Mellow Wine. It's by Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild has amazing blushes as well. A lot of their line is amazing, so that is one of my favorite blushes to use. And this is the horrible lip product. This is the NYX, I think it's the Lip Lingerie. This is the only color I have of this line, and I really am not moved to buy any more, because if all of them feel like this, then they suck. So here's a close-up of my eyes. Please don't pay attention to my lopsided wings and everything. I hope you like this look. Bye, you guys.